Welcome to SunCal Guns channel. My name is Ben. Go ahead and check out the channel for more guns gear review videos. Stay tuned for this video and many more like it. If you guys can, hit the subscribe button, like button. Leave me a comment if you guys have a question. So, out of my local range, Visalia Sportsman's Association, you guys can hop up to the channel, learn some more info about that. So, let's get started. Hey guys, so welcome back to another SunCal Guns video. If you guys are just barely checking out the channel, my name is Ben. So I'm going to be doing another video for you guys this evening. Going to be bringing you guys along for a little project that I've been working on for just a little while. So for those of you that noticed from the title, so going to be going into this evening these Maverick 88 shotguns. So this is just one of the ones that I have. Done a couple little upgrades to this thing that I kind of figured bring you guys along for. But gonna start off first with the whole backstory on this. Picked up the gun through Big 5. For those of you that are not familiar, Big 5 is basically a sporting goods store out on the West Coast. I know that they have quite a few locations, and you're able to get some pretty decent deals through them. As far as I know, I want to say the shotgun was around $200. For those of you that are thinking about, okay, well then that's a pretty cheap, inexpensive shotgun. Well, yes and no. This Maverick 88 shotgun is basically a Mossberg 500 that, in order for them to get the cost of parts down, are basically built out of the States. The gun in front of you guys is a 12 gauge. It's a 7-in-1. For those of you that are not familiar with that, basically what that means is there's 7 rounds in the tube, 1 round in the chamber. The real nice thing about this shotgun is it's basically a Mossberg 500 minus one little thing. The one little thing that is different is the safety that's on this thing. I'm going to go ahead and just hold this upside down so that way you can see it, is here, rather than the regular Mossberg 500 have it right on the back strap of the receiver. So, I've taken this thing out to my local range, running just a few different forms of ammunition through it. And I've had some pretty good luck with it. Now the one thing that I will mention to you guys, down in the description box there's going to be that video along with a more in-depth review video that I've already done on this gun. The one shooting video, there was a couple old boxes of 12 gauge slug that I was shooting that was not shooting reliably. Now when I say old boxes, I'm not exactly sure on the vintage. I'm going to guess at least minimum 10 years old. I'm guessing maybe possibly even closer to 20 or 30. When I was shooting these, I would pick up the cartridges and I'd actually be tapping them on top of the concrete benches that we have at our local range. And I would be having unburnt powder coming out of the bottom that was all nice and clumpy, which kind of tells me these got wet. The regular stuff been shooting through these is a Winchester Super X 1-ounce slugs, 1600 feet a second, which shoot pretty decently. The only one little problem with these Maverick 88 home defense shotguns, there is no rear sight. Most shotgun barrels, I'm going to just show it to you guys, have just the regular bead on the front, which this does. But there's no sort of rear sight on these. I do know off the top of my head that the Stevens 320s, there's a basic model and then there's kind of a little bit higher end basic model. Does have combat sights on it, so it has front and rear sights, which would kind of be a little bit of an option. I do know when I was picking this up, I did a little preview video for you guys, and I don't remember whether or not I got that Stevens 320 in it. For those of you that are not familiar with that gun, Stevens 320 are basically built by Savage. Also outside the States, be able to get the cost down. So, going to be going, kind of switching gears, getting into the upgrades that I've done to this. Now guys, this is just one of several self-defense, home defense shotguns that I have set up. Now this isn't completely in its final orientation that it's going to be in. The one little thing that I still do need to do to this is I need to add some sort of light source. The two little upgrades that I did do to this, if you guys did notice that and notice from the title, so put on a Picatinny rail with side saddle, and then put on a red dot sight for this shotgun. Just to show you guys, so the Picatinny rail with the side saddle, this is a Tacstar brand. They claim that they build both of these for, this one here is for Mossberg 12 gauge 500 or the 590. I'm going to just hold that up, hopefully you guys can see it. The part number is 1081029. The Remington 12, either the 870 1100 or the 11-87, is a 1081035. So now guys, these would be specific for 12 gauge and then what style of shotgun you have. I'm not sure if anybody builds ones for those Stevens 320s, but I'm guessing they might be out there. I don't know, I haven't looked. So pick that up off of eBay. I want to say it was roughly, I want to say it was about 60 bucks. They do have several on there, just to give you guys a heads up if you were looking on, let's say, eBay or Amazon, that are not one piece, that have the top rail screwed down to the receiver and then the side rail screwed to the receiver. The only one little problem with that is your shotgun has to be set up for being able to screw down a rail to the top of the gun. Now for me that is possible to be able to drill and tap the receiver, but it's just not one extra step that I wanted to have to deal with. So just going through the installation process with this, really easy guys, took me maybe 5 minutes. The most important thing before you do any sort of modifications, cleaning, whatever, to a shotgun, make sure that the gun is unloaded. You don't want to accidentally be popping off around at home because you didn't realize, hey, the gun is loaded. So going into with you guys, there's the mounting screw that goes through the trigger assembly. Basically one piece goes in one side, one piece goes in the other. Real easy, you just screw it together. There are provided Allen wrenches for that. And then you go all the way through your bolt opening, and you're going to have a screw and a nut that's going to be right behind this round right here. And so basically you have a fixed point up here, fixed point in here, so it's very rigid. The one other little thing just to mention to you guys that I don't like about some of the cheaper ones, this does have a gasket in for holding the shotgun shells into the side saddle. The real cheap ones are basically just a cutout and the shells will just fall out. This, from what I've seen so far, have not had that problem. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you a quick little clip of being able to shoot this thing. The other item that's sitting on top of this to get into with you guys, just going to show you the box. This is just a generic red dot. This is something that I pick up off of eBay. Yes guys, these are made in China. Yes, the actual red dots themselves are basically non-existent, no labeling on them. The best I can tell, there's at least 6 or 8 different brands that are sold on eBay, but literally look like they've had the same manufacturer build them. Which would not surprise me if one guy's building them and then they're selling them to 8 different groups of people, and then they're putting either their own name or no name at all. I've run several of these in the past, although I've never run it on anything this big. So I'm going to be taking that out to the range, and I will let you guys know how easy it is to zero in the shotgun, and then I'm also going to let you guys know in the future how long does it actually last. Now for those of you out there that are saying, hey, why aren't you buying a Leopold Trigicon? I mean, there's many high quality manufacturers out there. The one that I really like, but it gets pretty expensive, is an EOTech. Very nice, but it gets expensive, guys. The thing that you're going to find really hilarious, these red dots that I'm running on this, I want to say it was 11, 12 bucks shipped to the door off of eBay. So very inexpensive compared to several $100s for any of those other red dot sites that I just mentioned. So realistically, I'm going to just see, okay, is it going to work or is it not going to work? Again, guys, what I said in the beginning, the last thing that I still have to do for this shotgun is put some sort of light source on it. Realistically, if you guys are building a home defense or self-defense style shotgun, I would recommend having some sort of light source on it. That way you can ID a threat. That way you know exactly what you're shooting at. So kind of just figured share all this with you guys. If you guys want to hop up on the channel, there's quite a few other interesting videos up on there. And guys, for those of you that are wondering, my local range is Visalia Sportsman's Association, located in Visalia, California. Yes, guys, there are actual gun ranges in California that legal, law-abiding citizens are able to shoot at. The one little thing just to share with you guys, for those of you that are local or in the area, that range, you are able to shoot a home defense shotgun on that range. I know some ranges will not allow them due to the fact that quite a few people shoot out the frames. Now guys, we do ask that you shoot at that range home defense ammo, so don't be shooting let's say a number 8 birdshot and then you're peppering the frames. Kind of just figured share all this with you guys. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave those down in the comments. If you guys can, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button.